in here know him. He's getting married this weekend. He's been such a loyal person to my open mic. I'm so excited to like debut, not show off his talent. Give it up, the very funny. It's Gordon Gunlaw.
Nice and spongy. I can see what happened, Anthony. Alright, so I know that I look like I go to a gym that has a buffet. Guys, laughing like that is only going to make me eat more. But I'm actually a doomsday prepper, and since you never know where you're going to be when shit goes down, I like to keep my food on me at all times. Well, you skinny bitches are going first. I'm not actually chubby, I'm just full of microplastics. The doctor does not agree with that diagnosis. Jerk. So I'm a straight, white guy, for all you Helen Kellers out there. Yeah, it is okay to laugh. She can't hear you. Because she's dead. Or maybe she can. So is anybody here Christian? Anybody want to raise your hand and pretend to be? Anybody just for me? Okay. Okay, yeah. I'll call on you, ma'am. You Christian?
Yes.
Alright, so if you had a time machine, would you go back and save Jesus from the crucifixion?
No.
Think maybe that's why he hasn't come back yet? Well, he saved you, you wouldn't save him? Not very Christian of you. No, I actually don't like to talk to people about time travel, because they're always like, would you go back and kill Hitler? It's like, yeah, duh. It's like, curveball, would you go back and kill Hitler as a baby? I mean, I can't just take him and raise him right? What are you afraid of? You think I'm going to do a worse job than Hitler's parents? No, I'm going to be a really cool dad. He can start smoking weed whenever he wants. I don't think he needs to be growing up particularly motivated. Right? Like, that's one youth that can afford to waste his full potential. Even though he's smoking weed, I will not be sending him to art school. At 15, he's going straight into retail. Right? Those dreams are going to die. Well, those people are going to live. I do have the ambition to start my own cult. Don't worry, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to start a recovery group for people who used to be in a cult. I mean, you know, so they're susceptible. Right? For 400 easy payments of $5.99, I can teach anyone not to be taken advantage of. And don't worry, your partner won't get lonely. I'll visit them. They'll be fine. I did just quit my job.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll make you regret that. I was working for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Right? Like, after working there, I will say we need to get rid of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. We need to stop glorifying childhood cancer. Right? You want to meet your heroes? Eat lead paint. Play in nuclear waste. Then John Cena will call you back. Can't see me unless you're sick! No, I actually quit working there because almost every boy's first wish is to touch a boob. And it was getting really awkward turning them down. I mean, they're super hard to comfort. It's not like you'd be like, oh, it's okay, buddy. You'll live. Alright, okay. I didn't quit. I was fired. This ain't gonna work, but I'm gonna tell it anyway. So, I listen to a bunch of free streaming music services, you know, Spotify, Pandora, YouTube, and I get a ton of ads for wedding and engagement rings, for some reason. I gotta say they're wasting your advertising budget. You know, because I am listening to these services for free because either I can't afford $3.99 a month or I can't commit. The other day I saw two people having a conversation on the sidewalk who were as different as two people could possibly be. You know, one of them was a guy, had to have been 6'5". The woman he was talking to could not have been more than 4'9". Right? But both of them, probably 250 pounds. Right? They looked like a before and after of someone who had been hit by an anvil. Thinker. So I gotta say, I really admire bicyclists. You know, people who go place to place on their bicycle. They have a level of confidence I can only hope to achieve one day. You know, because I look at the road as a place where I do deadly chores. You know, can I survive a trip to the grocery store weaving in between multi-ton fast-moving machines on a hardtop? Well, they look at that same situation and they go, that is a perfect place to work out. My calves are going to get ripped. Right? If I had that level of confidence, I'd set up a Bowflex on a blind curve. She's into it. And then whenever anybody came around and had to swerve to miss me, I'd be like, yo man, I'm blasting my traps here, share the road. It's for everyone. So, my parents are hippies. I will give you a second, I'm sure that's shocking information. Never would have guessed. Because my parents are hippies, I actually don't think of people who are living in tents as homeless. It just seems like a really responsible first apartment when you move somewhere new. Right? Can't afford the Denton Renberg? They do not charge rent at the park. Pro tip. Because my parents are hippies, I actually did my first acid trip in utero. Well, I'm not trying to narc on my mom, it just explains a few things. My act of rebellion was going to college and not dropping out. I mean, it took me a bunch of extra time. You know, I wanted to drop out, and I haven't used my degree for anything, but I sure showed you. Good. This ain't gonna work, but my parents taught me that hitchhikers are kindred spirits and not potential serial killers. So if any of you have seen my parents or have any information about them, please come talk to me after the show. Yep, right there. Found him! He must have escaped. I think the reason that some generations get more hostility than others is based purely on their names. You know, Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they don't really roll off your tongue when you got hate in your mouth. But Boomer, Millennial, well, those sound like devastating insults that a time traveler from the future is going to use. I will admit I am a millennial, and I have, oh, that's a first. Thank you for not booing. Appreciate that. But I have a problem with some of the things we have a reputation for. I mean, of course I do. Millennial. Like, we have a reputation for having gotten participation awards. And I am from a very small town and played a lot of sports. We didn't win a single game. But I got trophies. I got ribbons. I got medals and I got plaques. But I tell you what, I never went to the store, ordered 20 of these things, made sure all the kids' names were spelled right, and handed them out. Right? That was fucking Gen X. Told you, it doesn't roll off. The other thing we have a reputation for, being entitled. Right? If you've ever worked in a restaurant or in retail, you know that is some gaslighting bullshit right there. The most entitled generation, boomers. Right? Let me speak to your manager, that is a boomer saying. Millennials do not want to talk to anyone. You guys think I could text your manager? I mean, I will say Gen X is getting older and they're doing some annoying things. Nowadays they'll come in and be like, hey, I saw this thing, you have this thing online, but not on the shelf. Can you go back into the back and check for me? Like, immediately proving that they don't know how stores or the internet works. No, I was just waiting for somebody to come in and ask me, oh, you're the one that gets it. Right? Like, that would have never happened to a millennial. Once we saw that it was online, we'd have just ordered it and never gone to the store. All right. So, I will say I do not identify as autistic, because other people identify me as autistic. I don't identify as autistic because I think trains are hella boring. Here we go. Please give it up for your host, Haley Fisher, guys.